Hello and welcome back everyone to this weekly update on the financial markets. My name is Jens from CJ Capital, and like every week I want to discuss with you the price action of the S&P 500 index, US oil, gold and Bitcoin against the US dollar, followed by my single stock watch list. I'm in a couple of trades, like you can see. I will go through the most important things today. I'm a little bit in a hurry because vacation about to start. 3 weeks Vietnam backpacking trip. So yeah, that will be also the last video update for the next 3 weeks. So let's start directly in with the weekly time frame and the S&P 500 index. S&P 500 on a weekly time frame printing new higher highs followed by higher lows, so the major trend is to the upside. We extended lately pretty much and had a nice retest of this 10-week moving average, and we are right now breaking out to the upper side, making a new all-time highs. A little bit unexpected, but yeah, let's drop down to the daily time frame. Here you can see we had this uptrending price channel. We have seen a red engulfing candle to the downside outside of this uptrend, then recovered, and yeah, here was the question mark. Will we turn and get triggered my short position in the S&P 500 index? That would be hedge against all my other long positions. Got triggered. We broke out to the new all-time high level. Yeah, now I can delete this setup. It's irrelevant now. If you like to, you can also go long here. Breakout trade, long, take profit. I don't know. Probably the first Fibonacci extension level on this time frame measured from the start of this uptrending channel and this pullback. But yeah, for me, the risk reward ratio ain't that great. 1.5 times more risk. I prefer 2 times more risk. So I'm probably out, especially because I can't watch every day on my vacation the markets. Just taking action on the smartphone. I don't have a notebook with me, so I will skip that one. But you can decide for yourself what you do with that. For sure, could be a fake out on return, but I think it's unlikely. MACD crossed also to the downside. On the 4-hour time frame, you can see this rising forward uptrend line now also becomes irrelevant. We can think about a short if we lose this 4-hour support zone here and the prior low. But like I said, I think the likelihood is higher that we will first continue rising higher on the weekly time frame. That's my concern. There's the first Fibonacci extension level measured from the low to the high of the major movement. And yeah, maybe we'll see only a short period of rising price action and then finally turn, because that one here is pretty exhausted. Question mark if this was enough to reset sentiment here. Next, US oil. US oil on a weekly time frame, we have a major monthly downtrend line in a red solid. That one got broken to the upper side, and since then we are in an A, B, C correction. Point C at the moment, this low here. If we exceed that one lower, then point C will move. At the moment, that's the lowest point. So the possibilities here that we will see from here on a change from a downtrend to an uptrend. For that, we drop one time frame lower to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, you can see that was the lowest point so far of this major weekly long-lasting correction right now. We have seen the push higher. Now another longer corrective move, but we haven't been able to make a lower low, at least right now. If we see this daily white dotted downtrend line get broken finally to the upper side, I would wait for retest of this breakout and then the break of this retest to the upper side, and that will be the moment to get into a long setup or adjust a long setup. Could look like this here. Then a nice risk reward ratio, probably to the highs of this breakout, but I wouldn't take profit completely, maybe take partial wins and ride that trade higher if we see prices get above this monthly support and resistance zone, because then a bullish move could go way higher than this. And yeah, I'm bullish for oil. If we see that, for sure, we can also turn right here and see the lower low. Then that whole thing will take a little bit longer, because then that's no longer point C, that will get point C. And then we have to readjust also this orange weekly downtrend line. And yeah, we stay patient with it and wait for the opportunity. On the 4-hour time frame, yeah, not really much more to say. I was talking last episode about that maybe you can get here after the break of this 4-hour downtrend line an opportunity for a long position, for an early long position with a small number at risk or small capital at risk. I've seen the breakout. I was waiting for a retest and the break of the retest to the upper side, but we just spiked to the upper side with no pause in between. So I wasn't able to get into that move, sadly, but heavens. Next on the list, gold. Gold, what a ride on the weekly time frame. Struggled to get above $2,000. Once we did, we have known only one direction: higher highs followed by higher lows. No huge pullbacks, sideways consolidation, time based, and then another huge run to the upper side. Yeah, we made, after the last corrective move, over 25% in gold. And at the moment we are correcting. I think that's fine, even for the gold bugs out there. And yeah, I was taking part on that rise till the point we reached a little bit under $4,000 per ounce, and then I exited the trade with a nice profit of 5% of the account balance. And yeah, I missed the last part, but that's okay. On the daily time frame, you can see that we had no really a corrective move on the way up. That here is the first one right now, so I put an arrow, red arrow, on the top of it, because that could be again a major reversal point. Maybe the correction goes on. We haven't touched right now the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement level, which would be the first point of reversion to me, or to trade it at least. Of course, it can turn directly without approval. And yeah, but maybe we will continue even lower. You could imagine that after such a price explosion. But gold surprised me in this bull run again and again. So nothing is impossible. Yeah, for short-term trade ideas, we have this 4-hour uptrend line in blue dotted. We have seen the double top scenario, then the pullback exactly to this uptrend line. We got rejected, tested it again, got rejected again. And what we have right now here is this 4-hour resistance zone. Once that one will get broken to the upper side, that could be a bullish sign for continuation. So if you want to trade intraday, that would be the setup. I think I will skip that as well, because we are at a pretty high number for gold and the likelihood of correction is definitely there. So if you see this low taken out to the lower side, I would expect a move probably to the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level. At least, maybe if it takes a little bit longer on a time perspective, we could also meet that one with this daily white dotted uptrend line. That would be fitting and I think healthy for the overall gold rally. So no trades for me while I'm in Vietnam. So yeah, decide for yourself, like always. Next, Bitcoin. Bitcoin against the US dollar, also at the weekly time frame, the only asset of the four major ones I am in a trade right now, in a long position, nearly 2% of my account balance in profit, risking also nearly 2% of my account balance if we lose that weekly uptrend to the downside. At the moment, it still looks fine. Higher highs followed by higher lows. So perfectly intact uptrend. One thing I am still worried about is this MACD divergence on the weekly time frame, and that we touched already the first Fibonacci extension level here. My take profit at the moment is placed slightly below the second one. So yeah, I believe that we can get there in this cycle. But yeah, right now, a little bit of weakness. We are below the 10-week moving average. Maybe we have seen a low, maybe not. We will see. On the daily time frame, you can see some support zones that are important right now. From this major high, we got this support zone at the moment meeting with the 200 moving average, perfectly aligning. And yeah, we have seen some wicks sticking out that zone, but that's fine. So question mark that if that's maybe the low of this sell-off. I think the behavior on social media is pretty bad with the Bitcoin cycle and all. So pretty bearish, or a bullish indicator that everyone is bearish. So if everyone is bearish right now, then there are no more sellers. So a little bit of buyers would be enough. More buyers would be enough to let Bitcoin rise again. And yeah, we see here a lot of support. MACD seems to cross cross to the upper side. On the 4-hour time frame, you can see we have here a 4-hour downtrend line. We have a MACD divergence that's bullish. Prices made lower lows while MACD was making higher lows. So if we could get above this prior high here and the 200 moving average at the 4-hour time frame, I think good setup for a long position if you are not in one yet. And the stop loss would be placed below this daily support zone here. You don't have to take the wick, in my opinion. Right here, $105,600 or something like that would be fine in my view. But maybe wait for a daily close above this level here. Yeah, Bitcoin, I'm bullish. What can happen on the bearish side? Let's switch back to the daily one. Yeah, if we lose this low here, then I think the next hold will probably be this weekly uptrend line. And from there on, that's my hope. We will turn. Then I'm still in the game because my stop loss is way lower. Below this daily support zone. So well protected. But yeah, of course, that can also fall deeper and take me out. If that happens, I think the 4-year Bitcoin cycle is definitely over. And this was the major top, and the next major decline is coming. I think that's not the likeliest scenario. Because of that, I'm risking here $2,000. Yeah, but I'm aiming, like I said, for $143,000, or in my head $145,000, but I'm conservative and place it a little bit lower. Yeah, that's it for Bitcoin. Now the single stocks, I will not cover all of them, I think, because I'm a little bit in a hurry, like I said, but let's see. A.O. Smith Corporated daily time frame. I explained it a couple of times why I'm in a trade. It looks still okay. We are at the 200 moving average. I hope that we will turn right now, because otherwise we will get stopped out here. The overall market is bullish, so the probabilities are there that we also get above this downtrend again into profitable territory. 2-to-1 risk reward ratio, a little bit more, 2.4 times more risk. And yeah, if price gets above this sideways consolidation and you are also in this trade, you can think about moving your stop loss to your entry level and take the trade risk free. Next, Netflix. Not much to say about Netflix after this earnings. Yeah, technical was looking great at the moment. We are declining again, like prices also, probably losing the 200 moving average. If we turn and we get above this level, still an attractive trade, but you have to adjust the stop loss level probably. I will not get active in this stock till I'm back home. Next, Investor AB. Investor AB finally breaking out significantly. Nice support with the 200 moving average, but far away from our take profit target. Once we see a nice consolidation and then breaking higher, I would assume also going risk free with that trade, but at the moment I let it like it is. Next, Berkshire Hathaway. Berkshire Hathaway, like every time I record a video near my entry level surrounding the 200 moving average, I think after the sideways consolidation should come a push to the upper side, and then we get into profitable territory far away from our take profit 2-to-1 risk reward ratio, risking like always 0.5%. And yeah, it's a slow burner, I would say. Next, Snap-on. Snap-on Incorporated looking great after breaking above this daily downtrend. We had seen the pullback to the 200 moving average and our support zone. There we have got the bounce that was expected. So far, not getting above our corrective move. That would be the final confirmation that this trade was a good idea. So far, I let it like it is. Next, CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike holdings getting dynamic here after this downtrend and the break to the upper side supported by the 200 moving average. We got a sideways consolidation, now breaking to new all-time highs like the S&P as well, nearing the take profit. You could move your stop loss now to your entry level and take the trade risk free if you would like to, but yeah, I think I let it run and breathe a little bit more. The take profit ain't that far away anymore, and yeah, looking great. Alibaba Group Holdings after bottom formation breakout above this major weekly resistance. I went long. We have seen a nice run nearly all the way up to my take profit. We have seen the first pullback, and yeah, if we exceed this high to the upper side, we will probably directly hit my take profit, and there's no time to take the trade risk free. But yeah, everything is going like expected. Toyota Motor Corporation, yeah, looks also nice. Sideways consolidation, bottom formation, 200 moving average is supporting that. We have seen the pull above this sideways consolidation, the retest stopped at the 200 moving average, MACD crossed to the upper side. We've seen the push higher. I entered long, stop loss below this sideways consolidation and this daily support zone, aiming for 2-to-1 risk reward ratio, far below the prior all-time high. So conservative. Yep, nothing more to say to that stock. Applied Materials. Applied Materials Inc. Downtrend breakout, retest, break of the retest to the upper side. I went long after this Fibonacci extension level bounce. I explained it in future episodes. Go look that up. I will do it fast right now. We went pretty far to the upper side. First Fibonacci extension level crossed already. At the moment, a little bit of resistance, but looking great. I will move my my stop loss to my entry level right now and take the trade with that risk free. And yeah, take profit target ain't far away anymore. 4 times my risk. Pretty solid this trade. Next, ASML. ASML holdings, we had a massive downtrend, break of the downtrend to the upper side, corrective move, break of the corrective move to the upper side. I went long, risking 0.5% of my account balance, aiming for a 3-to-1 risk reward ratio, slightly below the first Fibonacci extension level. We are nearing the all-time highs, but are not there yet. At the moment, we got a little bit of resistance here, sideways consolidation. Maybe we'll see the break to the upper side. Then you can think about taking the trade risk-free, but right now I wouldn't. I let this trade like it is. Next, Xylem. Xylem Inc. breaking out of this formation here to the upper side. I'm already in a long trade, you know that. Seems like this corrective move is about to get finished, and the next move is to the upper side. Uptrend is still intact. Stop loss below this daily support zone, aiming for 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. Take profit slightly below the second Fibonacci extension level. Viper Energy Inc. next. Viper Energy Inc. trade not triggered yet. Downtrend, sideways consolidation, break of the downtrend to the upper side. Waiting for a push higher to confirm that. Then I would enter a long position, risking 0.5%. Stop loss below the lowest point of this downtrend movement. Take profit 2-to-1 risk reward ratio, slightly below the prior all-time high. Next, MSCI World or MSCI India. MSCI India daily time frame. We had a pullback to the prior all-time high. That one got broken to the upper side. We've seen another pullback, MACD divergence to the upper side after seeing the breakout, retest of the breakout, and then I went long. That's not correct. I went here already long, and now we finally got again in positive territory here. Turned slightly before my stop loss, aiming for 2-to-1 risk ratio near the all-time high. Yeah, slightly above my entry level. Stays like it is. Next, BYD. BYD went out of a sideways consolidation, breakout to new all-time highs, corrective move. At the moment, corrective move still intact. If we see a break above the corrective move and the 200 moving average, I would be willing to get long in the stock. Stop loss below the lowest point of this downtrend movement, aiming for a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio, slightly below the first Fibonacci extension level. Next, Ethereum. Ethereum measured in USD, slightly all-time high. After that, we have seen a corrective move all the way back down to this daily uptrend line. We found there some support. Downtrend secondary still intact. If we see a break above that, I would be willing to get long. Stop loss below this weekly support zone, aiming for 2-to-1 risk reward ratio, bringing us per coin near the $7,000 mark. Next, BHP. BHP Group, we have a nice weekly uptrend. We got a downtrend after a new all-time high. We've seen the breakout out of this downtrend, a retest, stopped at the 200 moving average, break of the retest to the upper side. I went long. At the moment, slightly negative, risking 0.5% for 2-to-1 risk reward ratio, slightly above the prior all-time high. Nothing changed. Next, Gillette Science. Gillette Science looking also great. Weekly uptrend, cup and handle formation. We have seen the break of this cup and handle formation to the upper side. I'm waiting right now for the bigger picture to print a higher high and significant higher high before getting long. Stop loss below the handle, aiming for a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. Next, EOAN. EOAN SE is a nice uptrend. The trade was placed not on the daily but on the 4-hour time frame after seeing this head and shoulders formation, neckline in aligning with the 200 moving average. We've seen the breakout to the upper side. I went long. At the moment, we are seeing a pullback to this 4-hour support zone and the 200 moving average. I hope that we find here again support and turn to the upper side again. And yeah, slight profit right now, but near the entry, still risking a 0.25 or 1/4% with this trade. AFLAC incorporated nice weekly long-term uptrend. Lately, we have seen a downtrend. That one got broken to the upper side. We have seen a breakout of this channel. I went long after confirming that significantly. Now we are in a pullback, nearing again the 200 moving average that is supporting this long trade. But we are nearing my stop loss. So if we don't turn soon, then that one will get hit. But like always, aiming here, or nearly always aiming for 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. Take profit slightly below the first Fibonacci extension level in this case. Next, WR Berkeley. WR Berkeley, nice long-term uptrend, went in this consolidation. We got the breakout above the prior all-time highs. I went long, stop loss below a significant low, and this weekly uptrend we reversed sharply and found support at this weekly uptrend. And at the moment, getting near again my entry level, but still in a slight loss with the position, aiming for 2-to-1 risk reward ratio, take profit, second Fibonacci extension level. Next, Constellation Energy. Constellation Energy Corporation, long-term uptrend. We could argue a cup and handle formation here, or just weekly or daily resistance zone that once got broken to the upper side with new all-time highs. I went long. We have seen the pullback to this daily support zone and the prior all-time highs getting rejected to the upper side, which is nice, in the profit area right now, aiming for 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. Stop loss still below the handle, and you could think about taking the trade risk free if we see prices above this corrective move. Next, Vertiv. Vertiv Holdings also uptrending. We had here a head and a two shoulders formation, neckline building this daily resistance zone. Once broken, I entered a long position. We have seen then afterwards a little bit of sideways consolidation that's broken also right now to the upper side. If you want more risk averse trader, you can go right now risk free and move the stop loss to your entry level. I will let it a little bit more room to breathe. Take profit 2 times my risk. Next, the European Stocks 50. European Stocks 50 index is in an uptrend, higher highs followed by higher lows. We've seen lately the breakout to new all-time highs. We also got the pullback to that level again and now rising again. Struggling at the moment with the prior all-time high in a slight profit. Stop loss below this weekly uptrend and a 200 moving average. Aiming also here for 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. Take profit below the second Fibonacci extension level. Yeah, next, SMA. SMA Solar Technology AG, a German stock, pretty volatile. We have seen a massive downtrend, now bottom formation, sideways consolidation with this daily resistance zone. Once we will see a break above that, I think about getting long, stop loss below this range, aiming for 2-to-1 risk reward ratio, which is in this stock pretty conservative, like you can see. Next, Siemens. Siemens in an uptrend. Lately we have seen a new all-time high. We are pulling back right now to the prior all-time high level. Was a longer sideways consolidation. Stop loss below the last major low and nearing the 200 moving average. And yeah, I am aiming for a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio with the take profit placed slightly below the second Fibonacci extension level. Schneider Electric. Schneider Electric, also energy infrastructure like the prior two. We have a nice uptrend here, a major downtrend that got broken to the upper side in combination with the daily support zone. I placed my stop loss below that support zone and the 200 moving average. I ended already long after some sideways consolidation. I thought the breakout would happen right here, but maybe it's now happening. Aiming here for 2-to-1 risk reward ratio, and the take profit is placed below the first Fibonacci extension level. Next, Apple. Apple Inc. newcomer on my watch list here. Uptrend, we had a major downtrend. That one got broken to the upper side, and we got all the way back up to the prior all-time high level, reversed, and then finally new all-time high. Pretty bullish for me. So breakout strategy, I entered long, stop loss below the last major low, and I have gone a little bit further and placed it below this for our support and resistance zone here, aiming for 2 to risk reward ratio, take profit below the first Fibonacci extension level. Next, new holdings. New holdings looks promising to me because we got here a carp and handle formation at the moment at the all-time high territory. If we are able to make a new all-time high, I would be really interested in getting long in this stock. MACD is supporting right now the idea. The short-term downtrend is already broken. Stop loss would be placed below the handle and take profit 2 times more risk far away to the upper side. Last but not least, Palantir. Palantir Technologies, pretty popular stock and way overpriced in my opinion, but I'm not here for the valuation, I'm here for the price action. We have seen an all-time high, another test of the all-time high, sideways consolidation, and I think once we see the break to the upper side, it's time to buy this stock again. Stop loss below this sideways consolidation, aiming for a 3-to-1 risk reward ratio, and yeah, maybe taking partial wins. I'm not sure yet how I will manage the trade. I'm only risking here 0.25%, 1/4% in my account balance. Not so sure about that stock fundamentally, and yeah, it's not my job to do that, but yeah, a little bit uncertain, a lot of open positions here. The risk is not that low overall, so I'm interested how I'm able to manage that only with my smartphone in another country, once around the globe. But yeah, that's the last update before I come back home in 3 weeks. Maybe we'll make a little community post on YouTube on the go. I will see if there's anything new, and I got time for it. We will see. So subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss any major updates. Until then, we see us. Bye bye.